what's up? I'm just getting out of a meeting with some of my young preachers and pastors and young ministers, overseers, bishops, and it prompted me to say something that I said to them. And I want to share with some of you who are discouraged or trying to really figure this thing out. I'm going to say something that I told them, and this is what I said. I said, you are not always the problem, okay? And I say always because sometimes you are, and you have to honestly seek God for when you are and repent, ask for forgiveness, and keep it moving. People have a hard time forgiving preachers and ministers and leaders for honestly being human and committing the same sins and atrocities that they commit. Don't get caught up into that. Learn to take that stuff to God and ask for forgiveness. That's one thought. Second thought on today that I had to address was, young pastor, it's not easy changing up your plans to funeralize your members, loved ones, counsel them, marital counsel, family counsel, drug counsel, or substance abuse counseling, get people out of jail, give them money to fix their cars or introduce them to someone who can help them get a car, connect them to job interviews, get them jobs, give references for jobs or everything else, and honestly, overall, allow these people to dump on you, especially when you know, listen carefully, especially when you know they are leaving your church, they're not really committed to you or the church, or they have left your church, and they act like you are the problem because you did something to them that you did not do. And now they're somewhere where the other pastor is saying the same things you said when they were there at your spot. And they make you feel like you were the bottom of the barrel, the scum of the earth and the universe, and where they are now is so great. My brothers and my sisters, my young preachers, please listen to me. Don't fall into that trap. One, that is a comparison thing. That is of the devil. Don't fall into that trap. This is what I said earlier today. I'll say it again. Yes, it is amazing, young preachers, that more and more preachers are quitting and dying and still killing themselves because they allow what other people say about them to filter in their mind, and they internalize it and believe it. Here's the problem. The people who are judging you and judging your personal stuff, they have no personal relationship to wherever they are now. So they don't know that man or woman of God like that. You were trying to do the right thing and allow them into your circle so you could better help them. Everybody can't handle being close to their pastor or their preacher or a minister. That's okay. What you cannot do is allow how they have now misjudged you to mess up who you are and how you see yourself, because you will spiral down some rabbit hole that is hard to get out of. Don't do that. You hear me? Don't do that. Don't do that. The majority of the young men I deal with now, I talk to now, they are great, but they are in a world of hurt because they are internalizing what other people, other committees, other preachers have said about them or are saying about them. Don't do that. I'm telling you, it's been my experience that the more you help people, the more they're going to judge you. That's an entirely different segment. So this is what I really was getting to earlier, and I'm getting to it now, and I'm getting out of here. Today, I want you to know I am so grateful because my family, my cousins and all that, which I call my biologicals, by the way. I literally call my family my biologicals. They're my family, and they're my honest to God family. They've been there since I was small, and I was the youngest for a while until Arnisha, Kyra, Crystal, Brandon, and then, of course, our children. So So I was the youngest for a while, and then they came along. But these are my biological cousins. Okay, I'm grateful for my cousin George, my cousin Antonio. I'm grateful for, there's just a circle of people I have when I don't feel good or I feel down, who are my biological cousins who I can talk to. And they have not ended up being, but they always were my brothers and my sisters. Okay. And then my older cousins, because everybody's older than me. Veronica, everybody's older than me. But my older cousins, who are my first cousins. Veronica's my first cousin. Larnetta, Edwina, those women you've seen in the picture, because just about all of my male first cousins, I believe they're gone on to be with the Lord. They raised me, so I'm like their son, their nephew, their son. Okay. And so Larnetta and Edwina, and I say that because they helped raise me. And so what I'm saying is, they know me and they knew me, or they knew me, the old me, and they know me, the new me. All right. Young preacher, young pastor, young minister. There's some people who knew you, your past, and know you now for who you are. I am grateful for my family because they know what I used to be, and they know who I am now, the transformation. And they regularly, watch this, tell me how proud they are of me and my transformation. They regularly tell me, you're doing great, man. You're doing great, son. I'm so proud of you. Sometimes you gotta have the affirmation, appreciation, and confirmation you're looking for, young preachers, from home. You got to get it from home. Those people know who you were and they know who you are now. So they're going to always affirm, confirm, and appreciate the honest to God change or transformation in your life if you've honestly changed. Okay? And here's the flip side to that. And this is what I told them today, and I'm out. Everybody else who gives you affirmation, confirmation, and appreciation, they're a bonus. I don't want to say it this way. I probably need to be politically correct, but all of the people who would, my mama would say, who are Johnny come latelys, they would be your bonus people, and you ought to be grateful for them as well. But they will never understand who you are now, because they don't know who you were then to compare it to. They only go by what they think they know, because you were gracious enough to allow them in your circle. That takes me to my third, fourth, and or final point. Put up boundaries. Don't let people around you who are not your family, i.e. from home, your mama, your father, if they're still living, your aunts, your uncles. There's people who know you, who will love you for you in your home. Everybody else who is a bonus, keep them in that bonus sphere of your life. That way, you don't have to worry about the pain, the anguish, the hurt it causes you when people you dumped into and sowed into throw you away like a piece of trash or garbage because you didn't do something that lined up with what they thought you should have did morally, and they themselves were not that moral. Or watch this, they didn't see it from a godly perspective. And that's how you stop tripping. That's how you learn to stop worrying about who leaves your ministry and who stays at your church. Hear me again. Everything you need is at home, and everything else you get is a bonus.